Eliminator the best first bike? I don't know. Why don't we take a little look at it, do a walk around, do a little ride. I can give you some of my thoughts on it. And maybe, just maybe, this might be the best first bike for you. Alright guys, sorry about the wind noise. It's a little breezy out, so I'll try to close my visor a bit, try to cut some of that out if I can help it. So 2024 Kawasaki Eliminator 450 or 500 depending on how they're marketing it at the time. It is a very approachable cruiser, but sort of in between. It is definitely a mid-control, so that means your pegs are pretty much below you, not forward control way out or rear sets like on a sportier bike. Very approachable seat height. I'm going to say like 29 inches, so that's very easy to reach the ground on. 390 some odd pounds, very light. Power wise, and 49 horsepower. Sorry, try to get my visor set to where I'm getting a little bit of air without all that wind noise, but okay. So this is my wife's motorcycle. We've had it for about a year and a half. Got right at 5,500 miles on it. I've put quite a few of those on myself, so I think I'm fairly capable to speak to it. It's a nice looking bike, I think. I like the lines of it. And being that it's mid-control, like I said, pegs below you, makes it a little bit more sporty. Definitely. And I have a few modifications I have done to it, like this Kaufman's Thunder slip-on exhaust, which I do like. And it also helps with the, brings up the volume a little, level of the exhaust, sounds better, looks better, way lighter. And these Bike Master mirror extenders, because the stock location of the mirrors, they're kind of useless. I don't like that, but that's only a $20 part, not a big deal. Do a walk around the front. Lighting looks nice, clean lines. This side, nice looking bike. Does have passenger pegs. Passenger seat, it's not super comfortable. Well, I'm assuming. I've had my daughter on the back once or twice, and it's not really a great passenger bike, maybe short trips or something like that, but tank pad, just in case you get any scrapes, you can buy that. And of course, for us, quad lock phone mount and case, which is, I think, a must. Those are amazing. If you haven't used one of those, zero problems. It's a little pricey, especially when you get the vibration dampener and everything, but oh, so good. Works perfectly. Alright, so why don't we fire it up and take a little look. Now, I will look down first. I am 5'7", 29-inch inseam. I'm pretty short, and I have zero trouble flat-footing this. I have bend in my leg. I could stand up, get a little bit of gap below me. So if you are a vertically challenged rider, I mean, this is probably as good as you're going to do, especially with its lightweight. I know some of the bigger cruisers will have a lower seat height, but they're also going to be quite a bit heavier than this bike. So keep that in mind. Alright, we'll fire it up. Like I said, I do have an aftermarket exhaust, so it does sound quite a bit better than the stock one. It's pretty quiet. Alright, so 6-speed, obviously, manual. Right. Clutch, very lightweight clutch, very easy to use. The only thing I'd say would have a problem is if you're going to try to like pop a bunch of wheelies or be really aggressive on it, you're probably going to get clutch fade. I think it's the same motor that's in the Ninja 500, Z500, so they have that same issue. All right, let's just take a little ride. Very, very smooth clutch engagement, very light, perfect for beginners. Not super snatchy on the throttle because it doesn't have massive power. But I mean, obviously, like anything, you could get yourself in trouble. We'll go over here to this other side. Our version of the MSF in Idaho is called the Idaho Star Course, and this is one of the schools that they do the training at, so they have some markings out here so we can kind of play around with it. Do some turns and stuff. So we can get a little turn going, and she's a great bike for this kind of stuff. I mean, she's obviously not a sport bike necessarily, so you're not necessarily just carving up canyons like crazy, but pegs ain't bad placement. Seating position's pretty neutral. You can do some leaning on it. Let me try to close this visor again, try to get rid of that wind noise if I can. So let's go over here and let's do a little stop and go. Back and first. Test out the brakes. Alright, so we're going to do a little acceleration, nothing crazy. Brakes work good. Plenty adequate for this bike. Plenty of feel. Non-adjustable levers, that is something would be nice if they would have done, but just so you can get them in the proper placement. Like I say, I'm short, so I have short fingers, but I can manage. I mean, if you're quite a bit smaller than me, they're going to be a little reach, but not unmanageable. But this bike's plenty nimble. You can go plenty nimble. You can parking lots, no trouble. Turns sharp. Like I said, brakes work good. Alright, let's hop out on the road for a minute and see what we think there. That way we can have just a little bit more speed. And we can talk about how she does in a highway or city situation maybe. Said she has a pretty good amount of pep for being a smaller bike. But like I said, this is the same motor that's in the Ninja 500 or Z500. Let's not get too carried away. And being that it is a small motor, though, you do get a little bit of a buzz. You know, it happens. It's a little buzzy. It's to be expected in a bike like this. Little parallel twin, 180 degrees. This is the firing order. Alright, let's turn in here for a second. Just hop down on some dirt, see how she does. Now, she's clearly not a dirt bike. I think we can all pretty much expect that. It's a little damp out here, but will she do fine? Yep. Obviously, it's real sandy. You're going to hate it. If it's real muddy, you're going to hate it, but just nice dirt road, no problem. Seating position's good. You can stand up on it. If you got some little bumps coming, no problem. All right, back on the road. Plenty of fun though. Like I said, it's obviously, we're not going to pretend that it's a fast motorcycle, but 49 horsepower with this weight, it's faster than most cars on the road. And it's not, I mean, it's all subjective, right? I wouldn't say it's slow either. But, you know, motorcycles get quite a bit bigger. They get very, very fast. And this is on the lower end, but still, plenty good. So I've rode this on the freeway, doing 80 plus on some open highway out here in Idaho. Some of our highways have an 80 mile an hour speed limit, so the flow of traffic could be doing in the 90s or more, you know. And 80 miles an hour, obviously lots of wind, no windscreen. I don't think that's surprising to anybody. You get the wind, and it'll do 80, no problem. It'll do 85. All right, cat. I want to run over a cat. Come on, kitty. That's a pretty cat. Yeah, it'll run 80 miles an hour, no problem. 85. I'm sure it'll do faster than that. I would have, legally speaking, I've never done faster than the speed limit on this bike. But at 80, does it run out of some pool? Yeah, you're not going to be just like, you know, at 80, you're not just launching off and going fast, but that's not what this bike's for, right? I don't think that's surprising either. Alright, we're just going to go over here, hop on the highway real quick, and then we'll end this video so I don't keep too much of your time. Around town, rode around town quite a bit. Very easy to bike to ride around town. Like I say, approachable is the, I guess, relevant word here, right? At 55. Should have went up probably one more road. Could have got some higher speed in, but highway, no problem. Smooth. Slow it down a bit, get into town. Oh, and it does have a slipper clutch. If you're not familiar, it means, whereas you have bikes like my MT-07, when you downshift without the clutch, it does a big boom and can lock the back tire real bad. So you have to give a little rev match downshift. This has a slipper clutch, so it's going to be quite a bit smoother in that situation. It's not going to just lock the back tire. Great feature to have. Said the mirrors are something that you should address right away. $20 mirror extensions. They might not be the prettiest, but they actually make the mirrors functional, because stock, they're not that functional. Turn up here and we will close this video out. How about that? Try to keep it a little reasonably length. I have a tendency of running my mouth on for a long time. So, like I said, I think it's a great beginner bike. I really do. I think it just depends what you're looking for. Obviously, if you want something more sporty, that's going to be a problem. Then you get a Ninja, get something like that. But, oh, my gas light is being a little silly. It was just saying I was out of gas. Which I definitely should not be. But if you're not familiar with motorcycle gas gauges, they are very finicky. Oh, I guess I brings up my mileage and range on this thing. I'm going to say mid 3 gallon tank. And I want to say we're getting right in 60 mile per gallon range. Very good fuel mileage. It's a pretty small motor. It's pretty smooth. So excellent affordability. And I mean, obviously insurance is sort of personal to every person based on their age, driving record, a lot of factors, right? But I want to say adding this onto my insurance for my bike with my wife as the primary rider on it, $15 maybe, $10 more, $15 more a month, very cheap. And it is Kawasaki, so it does have, you can see them in first gear, has a positive neutral finder, I believe it's called. So if you're stopped, it should only go in neutral. If you go up more, it will not go into second. So that's a pretty nifty feature for a beginning rider, I would definitely say. So, it's a quick overview, quick thoughts on, is this a good beginner bike? Yes, absolutely. An excellent beginner bike. I think they hit the mark on it. Prices are coming down on them a little bit. They were a little bit more than I think they should have been. And I think I've seen them locally, maybe non-ABS models, which I guess I should hit that. This is an ABS model, analog brakes, very good for beginner riders. I think I've seen non-ABS models for somewhere around $49. So you probably go mid-5s, find an ABS. They're coming, I think that's the appropriate price point for this bike. But excellent bike. Little sound test. I said that's definitely aftermarket, but $400, 10-minute install. Kaufman's Thunder, worth every penny. All right, well, that's going to be everything for this video. So if you found this informative, useful at all, maybe, you know, throw a like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to build my channel out. Got a long ways to go, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and I'm enjoying sharing as much of this content as I can with you guys. It's been quite a bit of fun. Starting to get up there a little bit, but definitely throw me a subscribe. Free for you, means the world to me. Help me get my channel monetized. And anyways, any questions, hit me up, and ride safe.